What's going on, guys? ADeliciousMango here, and we're going to do a little bit of speculating today over what might happen to certain legends in this upcoming Lost Treasures event patch and collection event. Now, the developers at Respawn have been pretty extra vocal recently on Twitter, which has been nice to see, and they've tipped us off to 3 potential reworks or buffs or nerfs for 3 specific legends. We all saw Lifeline's big change in the trailer, and we'll talk about that, but Respawn developers have also mentioned that Octane and Wraith will be getting some changes and tweaks to their kits in this upcoming patch. So first, let's talk about Lifeline. Now, Lifeline has a pretty exciting patch. We were able to see it physically in the video they released for the Lost Treasures collection event, and it looks like she's going to be able to res people with her drone. And it's been confirmed by Respawn developers that not only is she able to revive people with her drone while she fights, she can revive 2 people at once. She has her drone to do it once, and that drone protects the player, and she can do it normally like any other legend for a second player. So she has the ability to revive 2 legends at once. At first I thought this might be a really big deal, but I'm not sure how important that second revive really will be. I do think this is going to be part of her upcoming passive change. I think this is their way of buffing her. I think her tactical will remain the same, and her ultimate maybe will get a change. That ultimate was really more useful back when the loot tables weren't as full, there weren't as many purple armors. But now that it seems like everyone can get purple armor or gold armor or red armor with an Evo shield, I think her ultimate might see a change too. But to me, it looks like her passive is going to get changed for sure. I believe it's going to be her passive, that's the revive animation where she can move off of the player and fight. And I think that part of the revive change is much more important than the ability to revive 2 players. The second revive is going to be very specifically situational. I don't see Lifeline players reviving 2 players that often unless they're the last man standing on their squad and they just want to fight with another squad. Then they'll be able to get 2 players up quickly, but otherwise I don't think it'll be that helpful. The revive drone will be interesting though. If it's her passive, it will be, available all the time. It doesn't have a cooldown, and while I think that will be very useful and it'll help the Lifeline player to shoot the other team and buy some time, I don't think it'll be game breaking. I don't think this Lifeline buff will be some monumental change that shoots her to the top of the leaderboards and the top of all the damage profiles, and every ranked team will be running a Lifeline. But I do think this is quite useful, and I think Lifeline players are going to be very happy about it. They'll be able to get into the fights quicker than they already do with their fast heals. Now, second, we have Octane. Now, Octane, some people consider him to be one of the worst legends in the game alongside Revenant right now, and it's tough because Octane is very fun. Many people call him the selfish pick. You pick Octane because he helps you jump high, run fast, he has health that he can regenerate on his own. He's great to play by himself, but he doesn't have great team abilities necessarily. The only thing the team can really use is his jump pad. Everything else about him is pretty selfish, and even that jump pad is outshined by Wraith's portal and Pathfinder's zipline. So I believe that the Respawn developers are going to try and make Octane's kit a little more team viable. I'm not sure how that's possible. I don't know if maybe he'll be able to give a speed boost to other players. I don't think they'll just simply make his jump pad more common. They've already been doing that. Maybe his jump pad will get a buff. There have been some interesting, fan art and little creations on Reddit about making his jump pad react differently if you jump off of it, or if you slide onto it, or if you run, or if you sprint, or if you walk. Those could be some options, but I do think that they're going to try and make Octane a little bit more team oriented, as he's probably the least team oriented legend in the entire game right now. And finally, we have Wraith. Now, this is perhaps the most interesting because it affects the most players. Wraith, since day one, has been the most highly picked legend, has been one of the most highly sought after legends in ranked, and the most highly sought after legends in public lobbies. There's a Wraith on every competitive team. There's no doubt that she has one of the best kits in the game. She's small, she has a small hitbox, she can duck out of trouble, she has voices that warn her when she's in trouble, and she's got that portal which safely moves her team. She's been getting nerfed quite a bit. It seems like all they can do is nerf Wraith because she's so popular, and they need to bring her down to the rest of the Legends tier. But I don't know exactly what this changes mean, because you can see in the tweet here that her kit will be getting some tweaks. Now, I don't know necessarily if that means that her kit will change at all, or if it'll simply be hey, now she spends less time in the void, or now her tactical takes longer to charge. They've already done that nerf once. But this will be important because this could cost some people money. We know that Wraith has a very important stature in the competitive scene. Every team runs a Wraith, and oftentimes it's Wraiths that are getting the most kills because they can afford to be the most aggressive, being the smallest and the easiest to get out of trouble with that Into the Void tactical. I think it'll be very interesting to see how Wraith changes. I do believe that we'll be getting these patch notes tomorrow on Monday, because I believe these patch notes are supposed to come out before the patch on Tuesday. So fingers crossed for official patch notes on Monday. If they do come out, I will be reading them and make another video on them and give you my thoughts and opinions. But for now, this is my diagnosis on, this is my speculation on what I think is going to happen to these 3 legends. And who knows, we might see some other legends get some tweaks as well. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Please like that video, remember to subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.